Hello, I'm Kieran Fowson and I've edited this film, and the software I've been using is Avid Media Composer version 6.5. The workstation is a non-linear editing suite, which means that the original source files are not lost or modified during the editing process, and I can access any frame in a video clip regardless of its position in the timeline without affecting the original file. Standard and high definition. The film was shot in 720p HD, which is 1280 pixels by 720. The difference between standard definition and high definition is that the standard definition gives you less pixels than the equivalent HD frame of the same dimensions. 720p HD and 1080p HD is 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. If you enlarge the standard definition, you will lose quality in the image as it will become blurry. 1080p HD is better because you can enlarge the image more than standard definition and still get better picture quality. Tapes. For this task, the footage was not recorded onto tapes because we used the internal memory storage in the video camera itself, but we used to record onto mini DV cassette tapes. The hard disk. The hard disk on the desktop I've been using comes from the AV drive and has 596 GB to use. The data transfer rates are how much data can be moved per second, and it allows you to access files as quickly as possible. Sometimes hard drives are grouped together in sets to increase performance, such as redundant array of inexpensive disks, which are also known as RAID. File types. The file type of the footage started as AVCHD MTS files, and when I imported the files it was transferred into an MOV file. Compression in a video makes the duration shorter than real time. When you compress time in video, you are making the duration shorter than real time. Time compression is at the heart of video editing and is used in most productions to some extent. It is a critical skill to master. There are many techniques you can call upon to compress time. Time-lapse, which is fast motion. The simplest way to compress time is simply to speed up the video clip. This is great for scenes where the action takes place in a single location over a long period of time. Time remapping. As mentioned previously, time remapping also allows the editor to smoothly vary the speed of a video clip. When used for time expansion, the video is slowed down. So in my film, I did this when the girl is playing around with the blind and I slow down the time. Continuity editing is one of the more difficult things because it is only a single camera production. But when it came to editing, I felt that I kept the continuity flowing smoothly as each shot is motivated by the next, which really helped with the editing. The transitions I have executed in this edit is a basic cut, which is the most basic transition. I've introduced a fade transition to introduce the film and to end the film. In this short film, I have used cutting on action. For example, when the main character Billy looks into the room and the man turns around, I cut on the action of her running away to her bedroom. The pace of the film is slow moving with long takes when necessary to build up impact and setting a location up for a scene. For example, I chose a long shot of Billy and the young boy walking across the woodland area with an extreme wide shot, and I felt as the editor it set up the location that the story was taking the characters. I have conveyed what is happening with the story effectively. I have done this by putting in important dialogue scenes with important shots of themes and issues that are being conveyed. For example, I have used the shot of the man drinking to show he possibly has a drinking problem. I have used sound in my edit to create an emotional feeling for the audience because at the end of the film I use a slow pace of music to build an atmosphere for the audience and to create a sense of emotion. With synchronizing sound and vision, throughout the film I use a slow piece of music, but when it got to a happier moment, for instance when the young boy Billy gives Billy a hug, the music becomes a happier mood to the film. When it came to the scene of the alarm clock going off, I was able to put the background sound down and put the alarm clock sound up so the audience can hear the alarm clock going off. I've overlapped sound in my final edit because a few pieces of music playing to get a vibe for the audience, and over the music I have sound effects such as an alarm clock and the sound of birds singing. I didn't use an offline edit. This edit station is an online edit suite, as the desktop I used is a lot more powerful than, for example, a MacBook.